Welcome to No Hacks Snacks, a series of short interviews with experimenters, optimizers, marketers, and product builders from all over the world. In this one, I talked to Silvestri, a B2B SaaS copywriter and host of the Message Market Fit podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this in the future. Chris, I have a question for you. How do you write copy, the AI copy that empathizes with the customers?
So what I always say is that AI can write content, but it lacks context. And what do I mean by that? Is that the key is not writing these massive prompts that you hope will return the results that you wanted from AI. The key is actually first understanding customers and then using the context that you get from understanding your customers to feed it into the AI so that AI can actually do its job well.
And AI can do its job well when you do that work, right?
Yes, it can. I've been using it basically daily for all my clients, and I can tell you it works really well. And like a lot of people, when you think about AI writing, they think about those like LinkedIn posts or LinkedIn comments, especially, have become pretty obnoxious lately. And and that's the kind of writing that they expect. But especially if you use the right process, the right framework, and the right approach, you can get AI to write very human-sounding copy, very specific copy as well, especially when you're writing sales copy. It needs to be specific, relevant to the audience. And yeah, it definitely works.
Why do most people get it wrong then?
I think the problem is that they first, and this might sound surprising, but especially if you've been working B2B, you might know, but a lot of companies still struggle to speak to their customers, to actually like learn as much as possible about them. I've been working last year with a Series C company, and for one of their products, can you imagine that they didn't even run any customer interviews yet? So I had to jump in and do them for them. So it's pretty shocking to me still, but the main problem is that companies still don't speak enough to customers.
How do you get to Series C without ever doing any research about your products? It's so
product traction, I don't know, it works.
Right. Wow.
But yeah, it happens. And there are a couple of reasons for that. Like research for B2B especially can be complex. It's hard to find people to speak to sometimes, even if they're your customers. In B2B, they might be, CMOs, CFOs, IT managers. So it's hard to like have them spend 30 minutes on a call with you. It can be expensive, or sometimes you hire these massive research firms to conduct these focus groups that don't really give you anything usable.
Right.
So I've been working on a solution so far for this.
Yeah, tell me about the solution. Like, tell me what you have cooking.
So the way that I think about it, imagine I think about AI in terms of imagine a painting like the Mona Lisa and its frame, right? If you see the Mona Lisa, for example, in a museum, okay, that's totally legit, that's art. If you see it printed on a mug, it's more of a tourist trap. If you see it like painted on a wall or like air sprayed on a wall, that can even be seen as vandalism, right? So the way that something is framed, that changes the meaning of that thing entirely. And it's the same for AI. What AI has access to, it's the entire knowledge of the internet, which is super generic. It can still provide value if you have absolutely no data. You can think about AI as giving you insights on a generic CMO in a specific niche, for example. But if you don't provide AI the specific context about your customers, your market, your product, then it's always going to return generic content and copy. So the way that I see it, I've created this, I've been working with this 4-part framework that I call the PATH framework, which I think it's not only a good way to help you write copy, but it's a great way to help you empathize with customers. Because you always have to think, how do you, writing great copy? It's not about. It's not really about writing. It's more first about understanding who you're writing for, and empathizing with them, and that's when that comes natural.
But this is even without AI, like without taking this step. Of course, if a human is involved,
exactly.
they might like think AI is not going to care about who your customer is unless you tell AI who your customer is. So one more question for you before we wrap it up. Is it better to have no copy or just generic, horrible AI copy?
I was to say AI lowers the barrier to entry. So if you have no copy, definitely go ahead and start using AI for that, rather than just having no copy. But as soon as you can, improve it.
It should be better. So what does the future look like? I know it's impossible to tell with the velocity of these AI updates happening around us. What does B2B SaaS copywriting look like in like 3 years?
Yeah, there's two scenarios, I think. One is we continue writing crappy copy sometimes, in most cases, and it all becomes as generic and templated as possible. And that's when the people who do it right have the better chance of standing out. And the other scenario, it's first, AIs are always improving. So again, my framework in 6 months might not even be needed. There might be AIs who do it like 10 times better. You just need to tell them, okay, we're writing for this persona in this market and so on. But even if AIs become better, it's your job to actually be able to use it responsibly and with the proper lens.
That's a really great point to wrap this up. AI has allowed people to be more lazy more frequently. Like this is the first stage of AI revolution is laziness. Let's see what happens next. Chris, thank you so much for doing this. Have a good day.
Thank you.